Hello, everyone, and welcome to what is going to be the most epic full moon, this energy, these themes. And, no matter what a moon is or an astrology aspect is or anything else, it's all about what you make of the energy that's happening right now for you and how to harness and make the most of it. And that's why I love doing these feng shui videos for the moons, because there's all these beautiful themes. And then it's about how do we use it? How do we make the most of it? How do we do something with it? And so today we're going to talk about making the most of the Leo full moon on Sunday, which is beyond. It's so good. Leo in general is bright, bold, big energy, confident, love filled, heart opening. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Lots of joy, lots of confidence. And all that energy really increases your manifesting power. In fact, if you felt like this year, January itself. January, I saw so many people talking about this. I thought it was just me. Normally, I don't really pay attention when people are like, oh, we're starting the year in retrograde. It's going to be slower. It was a long January. I'm not complaining. I don't want my life to just sort of speed by. Hang on. I don't want things to go super fast, super fast, super fast. But like January lasted a long time. And I still haven't made my giant vision board. I have all the pieces for it now put together in my mind, but I haven't put them on the big board yet. And I'm okay with that. And if you're just kind of getting into this year and the action and energy of this year, that is a-okay. In fact, it's awesome because this year there's going to be so much to do, so much happening, so many big shifts, so many historic once in a lifetime things happening. And if you're just getting into the groove, this full moon on Sunday and the whole month ahead can be really the start of the action part of this year. This is very much about action. A lot of times here, the school of intention is this feng shui work. And we talk a lot about intention, focused energy, and attention, what you want, your desires, focusing that energy. But the other piece of intention that's incredibly important is action and bringing it to life. It's not just thinking about something intensely, it's about doing the things. And so this is about not just the thinking, but the doing. And so now, if you've been contemplating this year or easing into this year, the doing part starts in February. So whenever you're watching this, even if it's after Sunday, there's so much to actually think about doing in the month of February and just in general to wake up more of your confidence, your inner sparkle, all of that radiance and brilliance. There's so much beauty in the air in so many ways. And so let's harness more of this. Now, speaking of the School of Intention, the School of Intention Professional Training Program is open now for early registration. You can get the details below. It's open for one more week in early registration, so you can grab all the details. And we're headed into the season of love feng shui. And we're going to talk today about making upgrades. The Love Camp, which has been wildly successful for the past 8 years, and it's or 7, 8 years, I believe. And we're headed into a great big year of upgrades, big shifts, just even more profound feng shui to welcome in more love. And you can find the link to sign up to get on the wait list for the free Love Feng Shui video class, which is over an hour of feng shui for your home, for your bedroom, deep energy clearing, all sorts of powerful things that you can do to bring more love into your life. And even if you don't join the camp, you can participate in those. So you can grab those below. I love that people can participate and really go even deeper. And I want to thank all of you who've been doing this stuff. It is the best thing ever for me to hear that you've been listening to the videos, but actually doing some things that really resonate with you and customizing things. This is the stuff. This is why I do this. I don't need to just give you guys more data, more things to think about. We have enough information. I get information all day long. What you can do with it is what matters most. And to kick off our talk about everything to do with this Leo full moon and this epic energy, You can connect to your heart. So you can head, put a hand, put a hand on the center of your chest, and you can breathe like this for a few minutes. In fact, if you're watching this, you can do this right now. I'm not going to do this the whole time, but you can breathe like this until you feel more of your mind and your heart in sync. And the idea here is that Donna Eden talks about this. Many different energy healers talk about this. The idea is that if you can move your energy from your head, where we're all thinking, processing, overthinking, bring it into more of your heart, you're connected to more radiance, more intelligence, more power. And so you can do that right now. You can just sit like this and breathe and see how that feels. It can be really revving up for your whole body because you start to realize, wow, so much energy is stuck in my head. I need to use it. And that's part of what this whole moon is about in my mind. It's about taking all of your energy that's been maybe here or out in the universe, bringing it in and feeling it, integrating it into your body. And your heart is full of wisdom. Your heart has its own intelligence, it has its own nervous system connections, it has its own sense of, people say, even wisdom. The famous saying is the heart always knows. And, when you have something happen that's upsetting, you could say, I feel heartbroken. You actually feel it. And so this is really powerful. And, again, we put so much emphasis on mind, but then you have all your energy, and then you have your home and all the environments you spend time in. And all the environments you spend time in are a mirror of you, and they can also be this amazing support system if you start to connect and learn how to use your environment to support you, to change your energy, to change your focus, to get all that brilliance and wisdom even more profoundly centered and out into the world. And so connect to your heart anytime you need it. If you're overthinking, if you're spinning in circles, let it go. Breathe and see if this can connect. And yes, with anxiety, I find that to be super helpful. I highly recommend, and again, not a doctor, not medical advice, but I highly recommend for those of you who have a lot of anxiety or other things that keep you from feeling really centered and balanced. It can be really, and I've had a lot of this in my life, and I grew up with a lot of this around me. It was really helpful to learn lots of Donna Eden's energy techniques, and she shares lots of them on her YouTube channel. Eden Energy Medicine is epic. And again, it's about really getting into your full energy rather than just one piece. Yes, your mind is important, and knowledge and wisdom is important, and rational thinking is important. But then you have your intuition. Then you have all your wisdom and knowing, and you have your full energy field. Your body feels when you're in danger. You feel it. If you're walking somewhere and something's weird, you feel it. It's not your mind that feels it. It's your full body that feels it. You have hairs stand up on your arms. You feel it. You are a full energetic system. When you're in a good place, you feel it. You almost feel yourself getting taller, stronger, brighter. And so trust in that wisdom. And that brings me to the next part of this moon message that I feel so strongly, which is this idea, and I've been having lots of conversations with friends about this, that doing things just for fun is somehow impractical. How many of you feel that if you're doing something just for fun, like you say, hey, I'm gonna spend 2 hours right now watching this documentary I've always wanted to see. And in your mind, you're thinking, I should be working. I should be doing something else. I should be productive. I should do these errands. I should do something else. Why can't you do both? I know that not always we can. Sometimes you have to do things. But so often, so many people tell me, and I've suffered from this for most of my life, that if you're not constantly productive, that you're wasting your time, that if you're out having fun with friends, you're wasting your time, that if you're sitting on a beach, you're wasting your time, that if you're walking in nature, you're wasting your time. You should keep going harder and do more steps and be more productive. All of this stuff of productivity has made us into somewhat like machines where some of us have been programmed to think if we're not doing something that can turn into money or that can turn into an achievement that I cross off a list, then I'm not good enough, or I'm wasting time, or I'm impractical, or I deserve to be less successful, or, this is a guilty pleasure. Why is it guilty? Where did that come from? How did our culture overall, and I know I'm speaking to you not just in America, but all over, penalize pleasure and make it guilty, make it bad? And so, a theme that's been coming up for a lot of my friends lately, a lot of conversations I've been having personally as well as professionally, have a lot to do with this idea that play has disappeared from our lives, that we can't just go have fun. We can't just go do something. It has to be on Instagram. It has to be put somewhere. It has to be something. It has to be a productive thing. It has to be virtuous in some way. Why can't it just be fun? And if you feel any of that, now is a really great time to declutter some of those feelings you have. I put this in the moon note this week. If you don't get the moon notes every week, there's a link below where you can subscribe to them. So if you miss these videos, you can I send out an email for all the moons, all the astrological shifts with all the feng shui. And this is so important. If you have any of these ideas, like I always need to be productive, or I'm not doing enough, or I should be working, or anything else surrounding this idea of allowing yourself to be happier, that is key. That you can put it all on paper. So write it all out. I feel guilty taking time off. I feel guilty having a day to myself. I don't have time for all these things that I love to do. All these ideas that you might have surrounding you and happiness, and what might be a barrier between you and more happiness. Write it all out and read it out loud and tear it all up into pieces and toss the pieces in the trash, and decide right now that you're going to invest more energy into pure pleasure, pure joy. And if you can do that, you will see that it will bring you more success. And a lot of you in the comments are starting to say, yeah, that was me today. And if you feel that way, it's okay, because like I said, it's so common. And people have such a strong reaction to this because they're like, oh, I do that. But really, truly, if you are happier when you're actually working, when you actually are doing something, it's going to be so much better. There are scientific studies proving that happier people make more money, have less physical problems, have more just overall productivity in their lives. This is something to strive for. This is actually one of the most successful things you can do, is to allow yourself to have more happiness. And I know it's not perfect. And I know there's a lot going on in the world. And I know that you don't have to be unicorns and rainbows all the time. But if you can take this to heart, it's going to make a big difference. And so a question asked is, how do you get unstuck when in the stuck mode? Start shaking things off physically and start shaking things up in your environment. One of the reasons why I got really powerfully into working with feng shui, working with environments in this creative way that developed over the last almost 20 years, is that I could get out of my head. My head was like a prison for me. And when I started getting out of my head and into doing things like cleaning, scrubbing things, reorganizing, dumping, shredding papers, all of these things were freeing and practical at the same time. And they got me out of here. I could get really focused on making my bathroom tiles super clean. And it was wonderful for my bathroom, wonderful for the effects. I got instant results, but also in the process of doing this, I shut off my thinking mind and opened up to more of my full creativity. Remember, from your head to your heart to your whole energy system. And this can be so helpful. Get into some sort of action. Physical action helps you to get more of your energy available to you out of your head and into space. So no matter what you decide to do, whether you clean your house, move things around, reorganize something, write in a journal really fast, get the energy moving, feel your hand just scribbling everywhere frantically, like let all that energy out. It can help you to get unstuck. And it's one of the fastest ways you can do this. Also, as we get into the feng shui for today, for this Leo full moon, there's lots of ideas of bringing in the light, bringing more light into your space, bringing more light into your life. And so let's talk about this sun shining Leo fiery energy, bringing in the light and what that can do. So literally bring in more light in the morning, wake up, open the curtains, open the blinds, let actual light stream into your house. Even if it's not sunny out, just daylight is a fantastic thing. Even when it's cloudy, having more energy just coming in from the outside is a fantastic thing. So open everything up. Also, look at the lights in your space. Are they too dim? Are they too bright? Adjust the light. Maybe you move some light bulbs around. Maybe you get rid of some light bulbs and put in brighter ones. See what you need. Make sure you have enough literal illumination. What does light do? Light creates color. Light creates more energy. Light literally affects our brain and how we process things. This is really just a phase shift. There's a reason why light is associated with so many things divine and spiritual and illuminated, because light is so profoundly powerful. So bring in more light. This is a great time to make some moon water. If you haven't seen the video on making moon water, you can type it in my channel and see the whole thing about it. But essentially, you can take a mason jar, fill it with water, put a lid on it, set an intention that it's going to contain the energy of the moon, put it outside the day before the moon, let it stay there. I let it stay till like the morning after the moon, and bring it inside and use this water to clean your house. Use this water so you can splash some in a cleaning spray, splash some in a mopping water, you can even take a bath in it. Some people drink it. I don't drink it, but you can, and really think about all this energy. I mean, if you're looking for more confidence, if you're looking for more joy, more radiance, all of these things that are so big in this moon, this sense of inspiration and trusting your intuition, all of it is so powerful. Now, on the note of intuition, just a side note, we'll get back to the rest of the home stuff, but you will trust your intuition more if you can allow yourself to be happy without being guilty. You can trust your intuition more because you're basically saying, when you have an instinct to do something that makes you happy, and then you tell yourself, no, I can't do that. That's not good for me. No, that's a waste of time. No, I have to be like this. What you're saying is my instincts about what make me feel good are not correct. And what's correct is what I was told I should do. And so what happens is this becomes like a pattern. So if you don't really allow a lot of joy in your life, if you don't allow any spontaneity in your life because you have to be so serious and you have so much work to do, then when you have an instinct about something, I think I should go this way. I think I should make this phone call. I think I should do this. You do the same thing. I don't trust myself. Look at these instincts I have to be so unproductive. Look at these instincts I have to waste money or do whatever. I can't do that. I have to just stay the course. And then nothing changes. And nothing changes. And you start losing a sense of your magic. You start distrusting your personal magic. And this time is about, especially all of February, think about it. This is my time to trust my personal magic. And the more you can do this, the better it will be for you, because So much of what's coming in this age of Aquarius people keep talking about is about trusting how you feel. And the only way you can trust how you feel is if you honor those feelings. It makes such a big difference. Thank you, Dreamweaver. That's so sweet of you. And thank you guys all for being here, for commenting. I love seeing the conversations. I'll answer all of your questions. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, because it's been really amazing to see this community coming together. And it's just awesome. I love being here. Now, last thing for this moon and your home that you can think about in terms of revving up the energy is what we talked about when we were talking about getting unstuck, getting into this sense of cleaning space, clearing space, do some house cleaning, but do it joyfully, and also add a little harmonious nature magic. So, one of the things I love to do, and you can try this at home, is to make an herbal tea. I like to usually use either mint, which is really energizing, great to wake up a space, wake up the energy, wake up abundance, or basil, which is really, really linked to more money, financial prosperity, but also a strong sense of integrity. And so I love both of those. I have lots of both of those available to me. So either I will grab a bunch of fresh basil for my basil plants, or I will grab a handful of mint tea bags, one or two, sometimes three, and I'll boil it in a pot, make a strong tea. So let it simmer for a little while and then shut it off, let it completely cool, drain out the herbs or take out the tea bags. And when it's completely cooled off, you can then add this to a cleaning spray. You can make a cleaning spray with it. You can use it straight to clean something. You can use it to, say, clean your desk, clean different things. It's just water with energy infused into it. You can also add it to your mopping water, things like this. Really rev up the energy. This is going to be so much fun. And it gives you a whole different perspective on bringing nature into your life. What is the lion's mane drink that you like? So, okay. So if we're, one of the things I love is it's called Sacred Seven. It's a blend of all different mushrooms and I love it. I had to stop having it for a while because I overdid it. I was having like 5 a day. So I had to take a break for a few for a few months because I love it so much. It makes me feel amazing. I get it on Amazon. It's going to be in my linked in my Amazon recommendations because I love it so much. And any of the things, and this is another way to bring in more joy, bring in more harmonizing nature energy, drinking things like herbal tea, having more plants, being more connected to nature in that way. You don't have to have a perfect diet. You do need to have more joy. I just made a video about more joy and Feng Shui and my 8 favorite ways to bring more joy into your space with Feng Shui. And it's the last video, I think, on the channel. And so you can check that out as well, because it'll give you lots of ideas to get even deeper into revving up the joy. Now, another piece of this is confidence. And confidence has a lot to do, again, with trusting yourself. And you will trust yourself a lot more if you allow yourself to be happier. So I'm just going to keep coming back to that because I have a feeling if everyone that I talk to has felt similarly about this idea of allowing ourselves to just be happy and have fun without any strings attached, that maybe a lot of you are feeling the same way. So having more joy, allowing more just pure fun into your life is very confidence building. Happiness is confidence building. Another thing that's confidence building is seeing when you're like this, or for me, it's like this. I find myself leaning and straightening up. It's simple, but it really makes a big difference. As you clean your house, it will also build your confidence because a sparkling space and more light in your space will help you to feel that soaring, straight, powerful feeling, really, really happy making. So all of this energy can really rev things up for you. Now, the biggest way I found to build confidence is to actually do things and practice things and get better at them. And that's the theme of this entire 2023 is mastering crafts, learning new crafts. allowing yourself to pursue your passions, all of this is going to make such a big difference. So, to begin on this theme, what is a project, or maybe several projects, maybe one or two, like really focus, that you want to finish in February? What is it that you can finish? Something you're upgrading, something you're updating. I have lots of upgrades that are happening. I have like 5 or 6. Luckily, I have help to do them. So I'm really focused on 2 of them. But what can you upgrade that's going to make a big difference in your life? And think about that. Like, if you're doing the same things over and over and over again, the same morning routine, the same evening routine, how can you upgrade it? How can you update it? It doesn't always take money. Sometimes it's just energy. Sometimes it's just the willingness to experiment. So if you're working on upgrading aspects of your life and you have some projects you've already started, now is the time to really go all in, take the actions and start getting things done. If you have lots of things that have been on your mind to upgrade, now is the time to say, these are the big priority upgrades I want to make this month, and I'm going to get them done. Then get into action, start brainstorming, making plans. Making plans is an action, and it's an action that's going to help you to actually get things done. And so my night tonight is going through one giant project and making a plan as to how I want to reformulate all of it. So I'm going to sit down and take breaks, but go through everything and start realizing where all the upgrades can come in and how everything can be better. And you can do this with any aspect of your life. Like I said, it might be your morning routine, it might be you're bored at work. How can you make it more interesting? Notice all the different places in life where things feel stagnant. It's time for an upgrade. It's time for either fresh energy or a change or something that's going to get the engines moving. So live into that, feel into that, and realize the greatest confidence comes when you're in action doing things. Even if you're not mastering them yet, it feels so good when you want to paint to pick up the paintbrush. It feels so good when you want to get something done to actually sit down and make a plan. It feels real because it is real. And that's what this year is about. Again, from your head to your heart to your whole energy system and into your space. I'm so glad that it was great to hear this, Daisy. That's amazing. And thank you guys all for your comments, for being here, for your chat. I love it. This is going to be an amazing month, all sorts of great energy. Again, if you want to get in on the free Love Feng Shui videos, they're linked below. You can sign up, and as soon as they arrive later this month, they will come straight to you. And for those of you who want to become Feng Shui pros, the link is below to the details for the School of Intention. And I would love to welcome you in. And it's filling up fast this season. So it's exciting. And I can't thank you enough for being here. Let all the joy flow into your life this weekend, and be good to yourself. That's what this is about. Uh, it's amazing. You'll be able to be of such greater service to everyone else. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Bye, everyone.